Steve here. Well, I can't believe I just pulled my Beetle out of the bush. And this is something that, you know, I want to get a start on this year. This is getting late in the fall here. So that means that I got to get things done because snow's going to start flying anytime soon. And the only way you're going to do it is just get her done. Finally got all that painting done for that 56 that I was working on. And my goal now is to get this thing stripped down to the point where I can lift the body off, get it set up so that I can work on it over the winter. Pretty hefty goal, but I know I can do it. Stay tuned. Alright, I want to get started with taking this hood off. And, you know, then we're going to start taking fenders off, you know, bumper brackets, all that kind of stuff. But I have a torch. When you're taking a vehicle apart, you know, sometimes you got to heat that bolt up. Like if I'm taking these doors off, they're almost impossible without heating that bolt up. So make sure you got something that you can have some heat. These fenders on here are fiberglass, so I'm just going to have to use this, and if I break one off, well, I'll have to deal with it. But this shouldn't be too tough on the hood. Okay, I'm just being silly. Let's get hooked up here. Start using the tools. I want to take the fuel tank out of here. It's one of those things, you know, when you're using, wow, this thing still has air pressure in it. When you're using, get back to my thought here. When you're using a torch, you really want to be careful. Now I'm just looking to see what kind of rust I got down here. It's not too bad. Alright. One spare tire. That looks pretty original. Well, it is a Goodyear. Not sure about that. Alright, I was just taking this mat out. I got to show you what I experienced. Grabbed onto the mat, pulled it out. Brand new. Made in Canada. I was not aware of anything made in Canada for Volkswagen stuff. But there you go. A brand new fuel tank. That's a bonus. That's got to be worth a couple $100. We got major amounts of mouse poop here. Like we're stacked way up there. So if I'm not on YouTube next month, I may have died of the hantavirus. Wow, everywhere. All right, well, get the vacuum out. I don't want to get any in my fuel tank. No fuel in there. The line was already broken. I don't really want to put my nose in there, but all that mouse crap, but I do not smell fuel in there. Nothing. I don't think there was any fuel ever put in here. What a bonus. Just taking off the air box here. Now, what I'd really like to do is, on the later models, they had a larger air box with a fan in it. I'd like to source one of those and stick it in here, and that would be nice. See what happens. Gotta find one first. I want to take the fenders off, so I'm going to take the lights out first. I don't know why people think it's so cool just to paint over the chrome, but I guess that was cool at one time. I don't know. Chrome is everything, man. They probably sanded it. Yeah, it looks like it's been sanded. So this has been ruined. That bites. But I'm not using these anyway. Okay. Just gonna show you something here. Spot it. So there's the torsion tube there, the top one. And you can see it's bent. Kind of does one of those, like that. Lucky I've got another front end. Okay, we gotta get this thing in the air here so we can take the tires off, start working on fenders. So it looks like it's been hit here. So guys gonna have to do a little bit of work on this and make sure that I can pull this out just a little ways. It's only in about that far. But you know, when you're working on a project like this and you know something like that, you gotta get this fixed first, because if you can't fix this, then you gotta abandon the project. And that wouldn't be very much fun. Okay, make sure you label your wires before you pull them off. Boy, I tell you what, these fenders are a pain.
So it's just buckled here a little bit. So we need to pull this. And I think to pull it, we'll just hook onto this with the truck. Use a come along. And then just a hammer and dolly and pull this out. Now, I took some measurements. Let's see if you get her in here. Yep. Now to go from here to here, I'm out about 3/8 of an inch. That's how far this has to come out. It's a long ways. But it is and it isn't. It just, you know, the crumpled zone is in here. None of this stuff inside was damaged at all. But it's still something that has to be fixed. Well, like I said, this has to be repaired before we move on, because if I can't pull that properly, then it's no sense, you know, moving forward. Lucky I've got a new front end. I can just switch that out. There's gonna be a lot of work on this front end here. There's some rust up here. There's a little bit of rusted down the bottom down here. But what restoration does not have rust? Well, up here in Canada, especially. All right, that's for tomorrow. This fender here is coming off a lot better than the other one. I had to cut one bolt off. And then, I guess I better get that wire out of there first. Alright, I got one more bolt on here. I gotta get this wire out of here first. There we go. Victory! I'll have to see if I can pawn these off, because I sure don't want them. I just built this little bracket here. I'm going to hook my come along on here. Now, this is good for some reason. It's just the metal itself needs to be pulled. So I may end up having to grind a couple of welds here. Well, yeah, it's a little bit weird. Anyway, everything needs to be pulled this way just a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad. I think it's going to go. Last fender. Well, decision's been made. Scrapping this idea. This
This bug is just too far gone. There are some good stuff on here though. I'm gonna use it, but I got another plan. But you know, the floor pan, I can fix it. You know, like the rust is there, but I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this one. You know, we got a little crinkle at the front there. I didn't even try and pull it, and the engine was wrecked. If you saw that video, the bottom of the engine block just deteriorated because somebody left the, you know, it all open. And it was horrible. This was a bad deal, but I'm gonna get something out of it. I got a brand new fuel tank. I got some interior stuff, and I'm gonna show you what I'm thinking. Now, one of the things that's really nice on this bug is this area here, where we bolt the fenders on. I broke one guy off down here, but it's in pretty darn nice shape. Gonna need that. And I don't know if you follow my channel, last year I did a video where I had a different bug, and somebody did all the repairs on that bug and just totally wrecked everything. But what I'm thinking is I'm gonna take what they've wrecked from here, I'll just weld it onto the other one. Sounds like a lot of work, but I think it's gonna be a lot easier than, you know, fixing the rust and the things that are wrong with this particular body. So let's go outside and we'll take a quick look at the other one and see what you think. Well, we had some nasty weather yesterday. Yeah, I know. It makes things really difficult when there's a lot of snow around. But anyway, I pulled this thing out of the bush yesterday, and what I decided that even though this Beetle's in rough shape, it's going to be easier to fix this than that other one. Now, all the repairs that have been done horribly. But what I can do is I can take and cut what I need out of my other bug and put it on this one. That doesn't scare me. That's not a bad job to do. But for the most part, it's in pretty darn good shape. So I think that this is going to be the candidate. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just go buy something that's a little nicer? Well, I've been trying to find something that's decent enough that's a reasonable price. And, you know, if you spend, you know, 4 or 5 times the money, well, you're still going to have all the welding to do anyway. So why don't I buy something reasonable, fix it up, and then I know exactly where I'm at. And I guess it's a little different when you have the tools and the know-how. Makes the this decision on a project like this a little easier. But it's going to be a big deal. Like, it's not going to be you know, a couple weekends. But I'm not going to get started on this for about a month. I got a couple other little projects that I got to do. But stay tuned, because this is going to be a big one. Anyway, till we pick this up again, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.